If summer test prep usually burns you out, you're not alone. Today, we'll share some test prep stationery to keep you productive and sane during the summer. 1. Manage your time to stay focused and avoid burnout. When it comes to making a study schedule, you should absolutely underestimate how much you can accomplish. Make a plan that you can stick to even when you hit the summer slump. After all, if you overcommit and burn out, you might stop studying altogether. So, what can you do to keep that from happening? Grab the Kokyo Campus Study Planner, available in both notebook and loose-leaf forms. There are 3 different formats: daily, weekly, and 2-week schedules. Here are some ideas for how to use them. First, rank your subjects from most to least difficult. Then, figure out the bare minimum that you need to get done for each subject. If you usually cram at the last minute, try to replicate the feeling of a deadline by using the weekly schedule format. Assign a day of the week as a due date and hold yourself accountable by showing the work you've completed to a parent, study buddy, or tutor. Refer back to your bare minimum list to guide what you need to complete each week. For anyone who starts to feel frustrated or overwhelmed when studying, try using the daily schedule. Rotate between 2 to 3 subjects each day, starting with your strongest subject or the easiest task. The goal of this is to ease you into working. Do this subject for about 30 minutes to an hour, then switch to a harder subject for the same amount of time. By alternating like this, you can keep yourself from totally avoiding or giving up on your more challenging subjects. The daily planner runs from 4 a.m. to 3 a.m., which is surprisingly useful if you're a night owl or just deep into cramming season. 2. Set reading goals and annotate books so you can remember important details. If you can't seem to get started on summer reading, try this. Take the total number of pages in the book and divide it by the number of days you have to read it. This trick is especially great for library books that have to be returned on a certain date. By breaking up the book into small sections, your reading goals will be more achievable. And, if you can, try to read to the end of a chapter, even if it exceeds the amount of pages you have set for that day. However, you don't want to forget everything that happened in the book when class rolls around. To make things easier, mark up the text as you go, and summarize your thoughts in a sticky note at the end of each chapter. Try using Stylogy translucent sticky notes or iconic index highlighter sticky notes in library books that you can't write in. They allow you to annotate while still being able to see the text underneath. When it's time to return your book, you can just peel them off. It's helpful to highlight while you read to keep you focused. For precise highlights in thick textbooks, use a Zebra Just Fit Mogini line highlighter. The tip flexes so it keeps perfect contact with the page even when it curves. To keep your highlighting purposeful, color code definitions, conclusions, and problems you've made mistakes on. 3. Drill practice problems to help you understand tough concepts. For drilling endless practice problems, do yourself a favor and get a Kansei Newboard whiteboard notebook. It's helpful for studying subjects like physics or chemistry, where you need to draw a lot of diagrams. If you get a question wrong, write down that problem and its solution in another notebook to reference later. That way, you'll keep your notes focused on areas that you need to improve on. The Newboard includes a whiteboard marker, but if you want more colors, check out the Pilot Boardmaster. They have replaceable tips and ink cartridges, so you won't have to buy new pens when they run dry. 4. Write down terms and definitions to strengthen your memory recall. To memorize vocabulary or history, writing terms and definitions by hand will help improve your memory retention. Jot down all your vocab onto these Kokyo Campus word cards, which you can easily flip through to practice. The cards are bound with a flexible elastic ring that actually stretches around the cards to keep them together. This makes them super portable, so take them out to test yourself on the subway or while you're waiting at a cafe. 5. Take practice tests so you feel comfortable during the real thing. While exams like the SAT are going digital, doing paper practice tests is still a great way to reinforce your learning. Working on paper cuts out distractions from your study session too. We recommend taking these multi-hour exams with a really comfortable pen, like the Uni Jetstream Alpha Gel Grip ballpoint pens or the Uniball Signo 207 Premier gel pens. Both have supportive grips so your hand won't cramp up when you're flying through a practice test. Plus, their inks dry quickly, so you don't have to worry about smudging your responses. Most multiple choice exams must be taken with a number 2, also known as HB, pencil. We recommend the Uni Mitsubishi 9850 pencil because its smooth, dark lead is easy for scanners to read. While its attached eraser works well, we still recommend a separate eraser like the Tombow Mono Stick. It makes sure that you don't accidentally erase a bunch of answer bubbles at once. Let us know your best studying tips in the comments. You can find all of the products mentioned in the description box, and be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and good luck!